In 1931, an event took place which focused national attention on the superstitions. And this, apparently, is what has preserved the legend to this day.
On a scorching summer day, a retired Washington bureaucrat, Adolph Ruth, rode into the superstitions. Carrying maps he believed would pinpoint the lost Dutchman mine, he struck out for Weaver's Needle. A 66-year-old greenhorn, Ruth had no idea of the danger he faced. He'd spoken freely about his maps, saying he was confident they were genuine. Ruth seemed oblivious to the temptation his maps represented.
Six months from the day he set out with his cowboy guides, an archaeological party would find Ruth's skull. News of Ruth's mysterious death would not discourage others from trying. Hundreds would come to the superstitions looking for the now famous Dutchman mine. Like Ruth, many would find only tragedy.
The superstitions have claimed hundreds of lives. Every year, the toll climbs. Some perish from too much sun and lack of water. Some die violently and mysteriously. Sightseers usually seek out an experienced guide for survival. Treasure hunters, however, only want help to reach a specific point. For many who go on alone, packmaster and guide Jerry Crater is the last man they will ever see.
I've been running a packing business in this country with my brother since 1968, 69. We pack prospectors, tourists, sightseers, but a large end of the business is packing prospectors that are searching for the lost Dutchman. We don't pack as many prospectors as we do treasure seekers. There's a big difference between treasure seekers and prospectors. Prospectors are looking for a vein, a clue in the mineral, and treasure seekers are operating from some map they picked up in a bar or something that their great uncle handed down to them, but they're looking for clues. Dutchman hunters come from all walks of life, all parts of the country. You have very wealthy men. You have the fellow that hocked his mother's watch to rent a horse and get in here. And if they have a common denominator, it'd be the same one that a religious fanatic has. They believe.
The chances of making a gold strike only based on mineral evidence are 10,000 to 1. Some hedge their bet. They look for gold in the rock and in legend too. Jay Heston is a prospector and gold miner. He claims no bonanzas, but he has found gold.
One day I thought I would look into the lost Dutchman mine down in Arizona. But the more I looked, the more I realized I was looking for adventure or something to do more than I was looking for a mine. I don't think there's a mine there at all. I think maybe somebody may have left off some treasure at one time or another, but I think it's long since lost.
With his lucky walking stick, he scours the West looking for more, a tedious and often dangerous venture. Since large gold deposits seldom lie on the surface, prospectors often use dynamite to blast out rock samples. More lost limbs and broken bodies can be attributed to accidents with dynamite than any other peril the prospector faces. Prospectors may shoot thousands of holes without hitting a rich vein of gold ore. Pockmarked with prospectors' holes, parts of the mountains look like the beachhead at Normandy on D-Day.
If your intuition is right, if your luck is right, you sometimes pick up some gold. You're always looking for something better than what you've got. The astrologers say that gold is related to the sun. Maybe we're looking for that. Well, I'd never seen gold in the rock before I came here. And you take a rock off of a piece of property you bought, and you break it up, you swirl the water around in a pan, and you see gold, and there's something fascinating about it.
Weaver's needle is synonymous with the glint of gold for those who go in search of the lost Dutchman mine. The quest inevitably leads to the Apache Indians.
Sometimes Superstition Mountain, the way the Apache talks about it, sort of remind me of a place in Florida where the astronauts take off to go to outer space, because there's a place to go where you take off to the other world.
Philip Cassador is a traditional Apache in a modern world. He has spent most of his life studying the ways of his people. He is also a medicine man with deep knowledge of ancient Apache ritual and mythology.
To the Apache, I think the Lost Dutchman's mine has two different stories about it. One is what the white men tell, and one what the Apache tells. I think there's Apache, when they talk about it, I think they talk about the secret cave. And in that secret cave is a lost Dutchman's mine.
The mountain spirit dance celebrates the earth's creation. Apaches say the mountain spirits protect the superstitions, and any violence or tragedy attributed to the Apaches is really the work of the spirits who live in the sacred cave.
The Apache secret cave is a very secret cave. It's a very difficult thing to get inside of it, because at one side, at the entrance, there's a female rattlesnake, and on one side there's a male rattlesnake, and there's two cups, that's made out of abalone shell, one for a female and one for a male. And to get inside of it, you have to have the blue stone and the white stone. The white stone, if you're a female. And then you put it into the abalone shell, and then the rattlesnake will come apart, and then you can go in there in that secret cave. Non-Indian people that go up there, they don't carry the blue stone, and they don't know the prayer that the Apache pray before they go into that mountain. And the prayer is only made for the Apache, and that mountain is set there for a purpose, and that purpose is for Apache. And so if they go in there without these kind of things, it can change your whole body and soul, your mind and everything, because you touch something that it should not be touched.
How the Dutchman's mine and the sacred cave became entwined is a mystery to the Apache. They maintain, however, that looking for gold is no excuse for violating the cave.